Hey, welcome back everybody. I've got an interesting one I'm going to show you today. I'm going to demonstrate the world's greatest cutting system. Well, maybe not, but it is interesting. Found this online, picked it up for a couple of dollars. I got it for $5, but I've seen these selling, they're out of production I believe. They sell for about $30 to $160, which I think is ridiculous. This is the Presto LeverEdge, or LeverEdge, cutting system. I bought it because I thought it was just kind of interesting. I like knives. I thought it'd be kind of fun and goofy and we could play around with it. But I did run across something very interesting after I played with this silly thing for a little bit. Let me show you what it is. You've got this base. These fold underneath, these little arms. They come up. You've got these notches, like a ratcheting system. The knife has a pin on the end of it. Goes into there, and you put it where you need to. You can put it up high to get like the beginning of a cut on something large. Put it all the way to the bottom to cut through things right on here. One of the sources online said, great for children. Great way to teach your kids how to cut. Well, if this is your fulcrum, you've got all this leverage. This will go right through little fingers. It's not so good for children. So that's out. The knife itself, fairly cheap stainless steel. It came with a horrible edge on it. It's like it was ground on one side and then ground on the other, leaving the burr rolled underneath. It was terrible. Took me a little bit. It was actually kind of a difficult one to sharpen to get a decent edge on. But it comes with a straight edge and the serpentine edge for doing crinkle cut. Does an okay job. Let me clean up this mess. Not great, but not too bad. A lot of talk about a great way to be able to cut without the difficulties of using a real knife. It doesn't cut that well. Look at the angle I've got to get up to. It's not bad, but nowhere close what I can do with a traditional knife. And like you saw on the tomato, it did cut it, but it sort of massacred its way through. Nowhere near what a proper sharp blade is capable of. Much, much, much nicer. They've got an interesting technique for cutting an onion. Now this does come with the base, the cutting board, cute little finger protector, which anybody that knows how to use a knife, it's ridiculous. Instruction booklet and an instructional DVD. To be honest, the DVD does have some good information. Their technique for cutting an onion is to bring it up a little bit and cut till the blade is parallel. And this is a little bit awkward. Turn it 90 degrees, make another series of cuts. Then 90 degrees the other way, bring it all the way to the bottom. It does work, but not that great, but it does work. A crinkle cut blade. Not bad. What I was really hoping for though was that I could do waffle cuts where you cut it one cut, turn 90 degrees and get those waffle cuts. But this serpentine is far too shallow. To do good waffle cuts, it's got to be a deeper cut. So a little bit of a novelty, but doesn't do that great. Traditional knife, much nicer on an onion. They do point out that this portion here will act as a knife guide. If you're cutting through bread with a serrated knife and you're having trouble getting straight cuts, you can bring this up. If you're having trouble making straight cuts, cutting, this will act as a guide. So for most people, this is a little ridiculous. I would keep it away from children because kids are going to love playing with it and seeing what they can put underneath there. You know kids are going to find anything they can just to chop it, and little fingers could get in the way. So I kind of had fun with it. It was worth $5 of entertainment. We thought I'd do a fun video. But they allude to this in the DVD. What really hit me, if you have any sort of a disability where you have difficulty holding a knife, holding the food, this could be anywhere from just simple arthritis, age, any number of neuromuscular or skeletal diseases to amputation. Having a system like this, you can put the knife in, this little guard will go in and hold the knife in one position. Even if you don't have use of your fingers, you could cut. Not well, but if you can do it. This silly thing could give somebody who's got a disability of their hands an incredible amount of independence in the kitchen that they may not have had before. So this is the Presto LeverEdge cutting system, or cutting center. They call it the cutting center in their literature. It's referred to as a cutting system. It might be kind of a silly little thing. It does work. It's not great. But if you've got somebody in your family, friends, who have difficulty using their hands, that still want some independence and some control of their life in the kitchen, this might be worth looking into. I believe they're out of production, but there's still a lot of them available online. A lot of people have old stock. Hey, thanks a lot. Thanks for coming, and look forward to another video soon.